Good morning, guys. Good morning, online students. Good morning, online students. Please check your audio and video settings, please. That's great. Yeah. Yesterday, I was talking about advantages of working with frameworks. Most importantly, productivity. In less time, we can do more work. Next, number two, the APIs that are given, the libraries that are given are modeled after real-time scenarios and use cases. Like a lot of uh, regularly required use cases, ready-made methods are available, ready-made classes are available. If you can know how to utilize them, your work will be done very fastly. Then we discussed about different types of Java framework based on kind of applications we develop. Okay, first, MVC framework to develop the web application. Struts, JSF, Spring MVC, Spring Boot MVC. Next, what we got? ORM framework to develop objects-based persistence logic as a database software independent persistence logic without writing SQL queries. Hibernate, IBTs, all this stuff. In Spring, we don't have modules acting as what? ORM framework. In Spring, we have module providing abstraction on ORM framework. What they are? Spring ORM, Spring Boot ORM, Spring Data JPI, Spring Boot Data JPI. These are there providing abstraction on what, guys? ORM framework. Next, we discussed about what, guys? Come on, everyone. Next, we discussed about framework, right? Yeah, they provide abstraction on web service technologies and simplifies what? Web service based application development. Are you getting my point? So we have a lot of things. What are those? Spring Boot REST, Spring REST, REST Easy, RESTlet, Metro, Jersey. We have a lot of frameworks in the market, guys. Clear? Okay, number four, Java, JWE framework, also called as application framework. Okay, these are all-rounder frameworks, boss. Yeah, they provide abstraction on multiple Java JWE technologies and simplifies all kinds of application development. When I say all kinds, standalone applications, web application, distributed application. In fact, all kinds of enterprise application can be developed quite easily or not. This is what we discussed in other day's class or not. Okay, guys. Today, we again categorize framework based on kind of programming we do, mode of programming we do. Number one, invasive frameworks. Number two, non-invasive framework. Again, we are categorizing the frameworks only, but not based on kind of applications we develop, guys. It's based on what? Kind of programming we do, right, guys? Come on. Super. Okay, where is this? Spring here. Right. What's our batch code, guys? 717. Okay, we'll do one thing. Yeah, here is what, guys? 717. Where is this? December 20th. Okay. Here, what is there, guys? Invasive frameworks versus what, guys? Non-invasive framework. Invasive framework versus non-invasive framework. Yes, invasive means don't think much, guys. Tightly coupled. What is the English simple meaning of English? Non-invasive means loosely coupled. Keep that in mind. But I use this term a lot in the coming days. That's why I'm highlighting today. Okay. Based on what is there? Kind of programming, kind or mode of programming we do. What, guys? Mode of programming we do. There are what is there? Two types of, okay, frameworks in Java. Right. Number one, invasive frameworks. Yeah, what is there, guys? Tightly coupled with what, guys? Tightly coupled with framework APIs. Tightly coupled with the framework APIs. Next, non-invasive. What, guys? Frameworks. What is there? Loosely coupled with what is, guys? Framework APIs. Super. Shall we start understanding invasive frameworks, guys? Okay. Yeah. Now listen carefully, guys. While developing classes of application, if those classes are forced to implement framework API interfaces or framework are forced to extend from framework API supplied classes. Okay, then we can say those APIs are called, or those frameworks are called invasive framework. What does it mean, guys? Classes we cannot develop as ordinary classes. In order to use them as part of application development while working with this framework, these classes are either forced to implement what? Framework API supplied interfaces, or forced to extend from what? Framework API supplied classes. That means whatever classes we develop for application, they are tightly coupled with framework APIs or not. That means what these frameworks are saying, hey programmer, come to me, use me, forever stay with me. Tomorrow you want to take these classes and wants to execute in another framework. Possible? Do you think in another framework, okay, implemented interface and extended classes will be there? Not. So what is the meaning of that? Once you develop any class as part of application development, those classes must and should be executed forever in the same framework, na boss? Is there any provision of moving the logics that are there in the form of classes to another framework? They, your business logic may be great, but that business logic, are you writing in completely user-defined classes or user-defined classes linked with the defined classes? Those predefined classes belongs to one framework, na? Okay, that's why your user-defined classes that we have developed as part of application development are also forced to stay in the same framework environment for a long time or not, guys? So any invasive framework talks to programmer, hey programmer, comes to me, use me, develop your application code in the form of user-defined classes. But make sure that those classes are forever with me. You cannot move those classes and logics toward other framework. You want to develop, you want to use them in other framework, you have to develop them freshly in other framework application. You cannot copy and paste those classes there. It's like joining in the company, okay, with the bond. What company says to employee, okay, you come to me, join with me, and stay with me until bond period is completed. You like or don't like, you have to stay with me. Yes, na boss? It is like entering into a marriage relationship. Yes or no, na? Like boy tells to girl, girl tells to boy, come to me, okay, we'll stay together. You don't have freedom to go until I die. Yes or no, na? If you look here and there, police comes into picture. That is a marriage kind of commitment or not, guys? Super. So ultimate, what are the invasive frameworks that are there in the market? Struts is an invasive framework. If you observe very carefully, the serverless technology is also invasive framework. How can you say that, sir? I want to develop my own servlet component. What is the thing I should do? I should take a class implementing servlet interface directly or indirectly? Yes or no? Our user-defined class extends from generic servlet, extends from HTTP servlet, right? But this HTTP servlet and generic servlet indirectly implementing what, guys? Servlet interface. Jakarta.servlet.servlet interface. Without doing that, can I develop my servlet component? So can I call my servlet component is invasive component or not? Okay, the way I'm developing thread, invasive or non-invasive? Invasive, ra babu. You should extend from thread or implement runnable or not. Yes or no, na? Can I make same class as thread in other environment? Okay. Don't think much in guys. So the final conclusion from invasive framework is what? Come to me, use me, develop your application, but forever stay with me. You cannot move your code to another framework. Got it, guys? Okay. There are so many reasons why Stratsa is outdated, but the main reason is it is an invasive framework. When they realized, okay, Struts is losing its popularity, that time JSF has come. People try to use business logics of Struts in JSF. The classes developed having logics in Struts framework in JSF. They noticed it cannot. Why? Every class of Struts is tightly coupled with what? Struts framework APIs. APIs means what? Classes, interfaces that are there in the form of packages. Those classes directly, indirectly making you to implement or extend from what? Struts framework API, package, classes, and interfaces. Okay, that's why they bought with what? Non-invasive framework, which are loosely coupled. What this framework says, you develop the classes, but these classes are going to be ordinary classes. What classes, guys? These classes are going to be what? Ordinary. Your core Java before learning inheritance. What classes you develop? Those classes. Class without extending from other class. Class without implementing other interfaces. Especially not extending from predefined classes. Especially not implementing predefined interfaces. Normal classes, guys. There you write the logics. Right? So what happens? As long as you are there in X framework, they work for X framework. You don't like X framework, you can move those classes as it is to Y framework. There also you did not like, you can move to what? Z framework. Yes or no? Na? After all, they are what? Loosely coupled classes with any framework. They are ordinary and loosely coupled classes with any framework. What these non-invasive frameworks give statement to programmer. Hey programmer, come to me, use me. How long you are comfortable, stay with me. The day you are not comfortable, take your classes and start using same classes in what? Other framework. They're also not comfortable. Try another framework. In both places not comfortable. Come back and use me again. I don't have problem. So friendly or not, guys. Spring is a non-invasive framework. JSF is a non-invasive framework. Spring Boot is a non-invasive framework. In fact, all latest frameworks are what? Non-invasive. Clear? It's like joining in the company without bond. Whenever you feel this company is not showing any interest on me, you have a freedom to go to other company. You are not comfortable, company not comfortable with you. You can jump to other company. Any restriction, guys? Right. It's like entering into friendship. How many days you are comfortable? Continue. The day you are not comfortable, okay, both have other options of getting into other friendships, right? Okay, if I talk more solid example, entering into living together relationship. Yes or no? Na? Yes or no? Na? How many days they are comfortable, they'll enjoy. Once comfortness gone, both have choices to separate. Yes or no, na, boss? Right. This is nothing but non-invasive programming. Okay. Spring says, hey programmer, come to me, use my APIs, use my code in the form of what? Ordinary classes. How many days you are comfortable to keep your code in my environment? Keep it. The day you feel some new framework came into market, summer or what? Winter or some rainy season kind of frameworks, right? Okay, take your classes and execute there. I don't stop you. But the good part is, as of now, there are no serious alternates for Spring and Spring Boot. In future, they may come. We cannot predict what happens in future. As of now, there are no serious alternates for Spring and Spring Boot. So as of now, everyone is developing classes in Spring and Spring Boot, and they are using them in Spring and Spring Boot also. But if my analysis is right, guys, next 5 to 10 years, nothing happens to these two frameworks. And no one is in serious business of what? Giving alternate to these two frameworks. Using these frameworks, some extension frameworks are coming, but no one is trying to give, okay, alternate for these two framework by touching the core principles of what? Okay, Spring and Spring Boot. Are you getting my point there, guys? So entering into marriage relation is like invasive framework. Getting into friendship or what? Living relation is nothing but what, guys? Non-invasive. Okay, your relation with your brother is invasive or non-invasive? No option. You have to bear them, right? Okay. Your relation with your what? Friend, whom you made in school days or college days or here, Amirpet, is what? Invasive or non-invasive? It is not lifetime bonding which cannot be separated, right? You are free to separate whenever you want. So don't think much. Invasive means tight coupling. Non-invasive means loose coupling. Convinced, boss? Super. Okay. Let's see. Okay. If the classes of the application development, if the classes of the application development are forced to implement or extend from framework API interfaces or classes, okay, having what there tight coupling with what, guys? Tight coupling with framework APIs. Then that framework is If the classes of framework application, tight coupling with framework APIs, then that framework is called what, guys? Invasive framework. Okay. Invasive framework says, invasive framework gives statement to programmer. Okay. Hey programmer, come to me. What is that? Come to me. Use me and develop the code and keep the code. Keep and execute the code forever with me. Keep and execute the code forever with me. I hope you understood my statement, guys. Okay. Yeah. What are the examples, my dear? Struts. What are the examples? Struts is an invasive framework. Right. Okay. For understanding. Okay. Invasive frameworks are like joining in the company with lifetime bond, not 2-3 years bond, also lifetime bond. Next, entering into marriage commitment. Entering into marriage commitment. There's only understanding purpose, guys. Don't give these examples in the interview room. What is invasive framework? Hey, it's like marriage, entering into marriage, sir. Then he will scold you like anything. Okay, few examples I keep only for understanding. Don't use them in a professional interview, right? Okay, non-invasive frameworks. Okay, after arrival of robotics, guys, hospital industry nowadays using this word a lot, non-invasive. Non-invasive surgery, right? So they do surgery on your body, but you don't even feel there is a surgery on your body. So like in keyhole surgery, they call it, right? So specifically, they got a lot of mechanism for that surgeries, guys. Tell me, guys, when it comes to non-invasive framework, what is the basic story here? Yeah. If the class of framework application development are forced to implement or what? Are are not forced, right? Are forced, are not forced to implement or extend from what? Framework API interface or classes having what, guys? Loose coupling, right? With framework API. Then that framework is called non-invasive framework. Just reverse of everything. Non-invasive framework, come on. What framework, guys? Non-invasive framework. Give statement to programmer. Hey programmer, come to me, use me, and develop the code. Develop the code with me, and you are free to move your code. And you are free to move your code. Free to move your code, nothing but classes to any other framework of your choice. Okay, guys. Nikhila madam, first two statements you're not finding. You are asking what to tell to interviewer. What the hell you are talking, madam? First two lines are there to tell to interviewer, right? Madam, please be active. Don't be dumb. You are a graduate, right? I said not to use last line, but I said to use what? First two lines are technical statements, right? Please behave like a graduate. I request everyone. Fine. If you want single line answer, the frameworks, okay. The frameworks that are tightly coupled with what? Framework API as part of application development are called invasive. Loosely coupled with what? Framework API. They are called what? Non-invasive. Right. Develop code with what? Me. And you are free to move your code to any other framework. Yeah. What are the examples for these guys? Hibernate is non-invasive. JSF is non-invasive. JSF means what, guys? Java server faces. Right. Java server faces. Next one, Spring, Spring Boot, and etc. Fine. Non-invasive frameworks are like what, guys? Non-invasive frameworks are like, yeah, joining in the company without bond. No lifetime, nothing, without bond. Entering into friendship commitment or friendship relation. Friendship. Okay. Entering into friendship. I hope you got it, guys. Super. Okay. Now listen carefully. Yeah. Now I would like to introduce a terminology called container. Already you might have heard in Servlet programming, but let's try to understand in a better one. Container is a software program that manages the life cycle of the given component. Component means a reusable class is called component. Now onwards, when I use the word component, it's a class, but more sophisticated, more well-designed class is called as what? Component. Servlet component is a B component. Are you getting my point? Any reusable class, well-designed class can be called as what? Component. Are you getting my point? Super. Container is a software program who can manage the whole life cycle of the given component. What do you mean by whole life cycle? Loading class, creating object, managing object, destroying object will be taken care by the container. You don't do that. In core Java programming, what you do? Who has to load the class? Indirectly yourself. Who has to create object? Indirectly programmer. Who has to manage the object? Programmer. Who has to keep object ready for garbage collection? Programmer. But once I give that class to container, who is it is going to take care of all the activities or not, boss? It is definitely going to take care of all the activities or not, guys? So container is a software program who can manage the whole life cycle of the given component from birth to death. Birth means loading class, object creation. These are called birth activities. Death means object destruction. But generally, we don't do object destruction. We have garbage collector. They take care of garbage, this object destruction. But interesting part is how JVM is having its own garbage collector. Every container comes with its own garbage collector. Servlet container is having its own garbage collector. JSP container is having its own garbage collector. In Spring also some containers are there. They also come up with their own garbage collector. Are you getting my point? Containers are like aquariums, boss. Once we drop a fish into aquarium, Everything that is required for the survival of the fish will be taken care by aquarium. You are not active, middle rows, some people still dumb, feel shame. Neighbor also paid fee, you also paid fee. They also using parents' money, you are also using parent money. Why they are able to talk, why I am not able to talk? Just introspect, then motivation comes automatically. Motivation is not there anywhere else. Motivation is there in your classroom only, right? For more motivation, do one thing. Sunday evening, when our classes are not there, go to high-tech city area once in Hyderabad, financial district area once in Hyderabad. You will see, you will feel you are not there in India, you are somewhere in what? China or America, right? You will get some motivation. Capture photographs of what? Nice buildings. Make sure that in that building, Java development is there. Keep those buildings in your mobile phone background or desktop background, and daily once tell to yourself, one day I will come and work in your this building. Like this, you keep on motivate yourself. Still motivation is not coming. I'll tell one more thing. Just sit and introspect. Me without software job in next 1 year. Visualize. You're an urban boy, not a village boy. So you are without job in your life. What will be there? Morning getting up, supporting mother by bringing what? Milk packets, kirana items. If you have a brother or sister, dropping their kids in the school, right? And paying power bills, purchasing vegetables, that is life, right? If you are a village boy, early morning getting into cow shed, cleaning the cow dung, yes, taking the scoldings of father, going to farm. In the hot sun, you have to work in the field, farm field. Ladies, getting early in the morning, Bartan Dona program. You are a certified engineer to become Bartan Dona program. Yes or no? Na? Okay. At the same time, visualize your life with a software job. Company cab comes to your place. Formal dressing, branded dresses, branded shoe. These many days you might have purchased what? First copy or second copy dresses or Chor Bazaar dresses, right? Or Sanat Nagar Eragadda market or whatever it is, unbranded things, right, boss? And most importantly, you'll be having your own flat. In that flat, dedicated Wi-Fi will be there. No need of sharing with someone, right? Your own account of Netflix, you are going to share with others. Corporate meetings, team meetings, right? Entire day working in AC environment. Weekend gatherings, meeting with what? Other working professionals, right? And yesterday I have given small calculation. In 30 days, you have to work hardly for 16 days. Remaining 18 days are what? I mean to say 14 days are paid holidays. Just sit and visualize. Motivation will come automatically. Listen, boss. Parents are the last people who lose hopes on you. After 1.5 years, now they may say, no, beta, don't take pressure. Okay, how much you can do, do it. After 1.5 years, 2 years, if they notice you are still not successful, they also loses the hopes. Already relatives are waiting when you will fail, right? Friends are waiting when this fellow will fail. Only parents are what? Hoping you will succeed. Okay, don't let them down. One day they will lose hope and they will say, okay, enough, boss, you come back to home, we will do something at home. Don't bring that situation. Last but not the least, in girls' life, nothing happened, marriage will happen. They need not to do hard work to get into marriage relationship. But in boys' life, until something happened, marriage or nothing will happen. So you have to something in what? Professional career, right? So that's why don't compare with them while doing hard work. If they are doing 1x hard work, you have to do 3x hard work. Because for them, failure is acceptable some extent. So the parents will look for a boy and they will settle down in life. But what about you? Dogs also won't look at you. This is the fact. One day in Amirpet Signal Center, stand in the car. Signal, you try to stand on what? Footpath. Okay, all of a sudden one luxury car comes, right? Third row, one dog will be there. Because rich people will maintain one dog, right? Okay, the way that dog looks at you is going to make you very shame. It looks at you, my life is better than you. So don't bring that situation. Clear? So for all it needs, visualization of your future. Visualize. Pictures are very dead. What is that? Bad side pictures are very, very disturbing, but you have to visualize it. Then motivation comes. Clear? Fine. I want from everyone. These are professional courses. These are not certificate courses. Those days are gone. You studied engineering, got the certificate equal to trunk cleaner. Except showing 16 years education, they are useless to get into software industry. The time what you spend with us, this 6 months, 8 months, these are the courses which are going to give a professional life. A good professional life gives good personal life. Yes. Super. Everyone please come back. Container I am talking. Container is like what? Aquarium. Once I drop the fish into aquarium, a container will take care of every aspect of, aquarium will take care of everything related to the survival of the fish or not. Providing water, providing ventilation, providing oxygen, and once in a while we supply food through aquarium only, right? Super. Servlet container is an aquarium. Servlet component is like fish. JSP container is an aquarium. JSP component is like fish. EJB container is an aquarium. EJB component is like what? Fish. After all, Servlet container manages the life cycle of Servlet component. JSP container manages the life cycle of JSP component. EJB container manages the life cycle of EJB component. In Spring, we have Spring containers, also called as IOC container. They manage the life cycle of spring beans. They manage the life cycle of spring bean. I'll explain IOC container more exclusively about what? Spring bean in a moment. I hope everyone clear with container, boss? Right. Most of the time, we don't arrange containers. They come as a ready-made program, either by installing server softwares or framework softwares. For example, you take Servlet JSP container. Am I going to install them separately and individually? When I install web server like Tomcat, when I install web server like Jetty, they are coming automatically or not, boss? What about EJB containers, sir? There is a word called application server. Web server, application server. Application server is extension of what? Web server. In future, I will give 10 differences between what? Web server and application server. Today, don't worry. It's extension of web server. This application server gives Servlet container, JSP container, EJB container, plus other facilities. It's bigger than web server, guys. Come on. Okay, when I arrange Spring Framework libraries, that means jar file, I will get Spring supplied containers. Okay, they are called IOC containers. How many, guys? IOC container, inversion of control. It is not Indian Oil Corporation. It is what? Inversion of control. Why they are called inversion of control is a technical reason behind it. For the timing, you habituate with what? Terminology. Super, sir. Sir, while developing standalone application in core Java or anywhere JDBC level, I never worked with containers, right? But while working with these website development, distributed application, why you are talking about container? Without container, can't we develop web applications and distributed application? First of all, try to visualize. Standalone application is specific to how many computers? Specific to how many computers? Okay, tomorrow onwards, whoever whoever getting this filter shadow means filter overlap. Okay, don't occupy those chairs because you and me should have eye to eye contact, eye to eye communication. So don't make offline class as what? Online class by coming to physical classroom, right? Okay. So I think the pillar is covering, I think, at least 10, 20 students, right? Those people don't allocate the chairs. Anyhow, I'll tell to my people not to keep chairs in this particular direction. Fine. Everyone, please come back, guys. Yeah, I was talking about what, my dear? Standalone. Specific to how many computers? One. Will be operated by how many users? One user. One user, one computer. He will manually start the application. He will manually end the application. Fine. But think about website. Website is there in internet. Ultimately, at the end, it will be kept in internet. Internet means it is specific to one user. Lots of users are. In a given minute, one request come, lots of requests will come. Lots of requests will come to single component, lots of components are. If I say I will execute all these components manually, one after another for each request, is it going to work out, my dear? Does it going to work out? So we need an automated environment, different requests coming from different end users. Okay, looking to execute different web component, servlet JSP component, right? If I say I will keep 10 programmers, I will each request, I'll execute each component when request comes manually. Is it going to work out in real life? Then no one prefers using your website, guys. So we definitely need an automated environment. Who takes the request by listening to request, who links the request with components, who executes the components dynamically, who gather the results given by component, and who passes those results back to what? Browser, and browser displays those results as what? Response. So this automation is required or not required? This automation can be achieved by using web server software or not. Example for web server is nothing but Tomcat, Jetty, Resin, many names are there. I hope you convinced, boss. You might have studied servlet. Did you ever question yourself? Why I'm using server? Why I'm using container there? This is the reason. Because in standalone, not required. After all, single fellow is operating application at a time. But website, distributed application will be operated by single client or lots of clients. They generate single request or lots of requests. They give request one after another simultaneously. All these requests comes to one web component or lots of web components. Lots of web components should be executed dynamically and parallelly or sequentially. Dynamically and parallelly. I mean, say simultaneously. Yes, na boss? For all these things, manual process is good, automation is required. Who provides automation? Containers, but servers will provide. After all, servers internally contain what? Contain. After all, servers internally maintain what? Contain. Container work is executing the component dynamically by taking care of life cycle. But listening to request, getting the request, mapping the request to component, yes, no boss, is done by whom? Server. Once the execution of component is done by container, right? Gathering result of that component, sending to client, again server work. So server container will work hand to hand, then only that automation is possible. Container work is executing the component dynamically by taking care of life cycle. But getting the request from client, mapping that request to mapping means linking, boss. That certain component, come on, gathering results from the component and passing that result back to client is taken care by whom? Server. Sir, can you explain what is the link between container and server? Server is like waiter who comes to your table in the restaurant, takes the order, delivers the food. Container is like background chef in the kitchen who actually prepares the food. We think that we have given order to waiter. We got the food from waiter. But actually who prepares the food, guys? Chef. So container is like what? Chef. Okay. But waiter is like what? Server. I hope you understood the relation between both. They work in coordination. That's why customer is getting the food. Customer is ordering food. Customer is getting food. Only when chef and waiter takes the works in coordination. Works in coordination. That is what happening in any restaurant, right? Sir, why you always food example, boy girl example, sir? People generally people connects very fastly for what? Boy girl example and what? Food example. Most of the people connects to boy girl example, but there will be some people who don't like those boy girl kind of thing. They definitely connect to food. Yes or no? Na? That's the only one reason. If you want, you can take your own example for it. But don't remember example, remember what? Concept behind the example. Because one day, one of my colleagues taking interview of my student only unknowingly. Okay. So he asked, explain MVC. MVC is an architecture, right? M for model, V for view, C for controller. Okay, that is general explanation. But in the classroom, while explaining what I did, M for model, represent business logic. It is like accounts officer. My style of presentation. View for what? View, represent presentation logic. Come on. It is like a beautician. Because takes the raw data and makes as good looking data, right? Yes or no? Na? C for what? Controller. Contains monitoring logic, supervising logic. That's why I call it as a supervisor. This fellow who is my student, come on. Okay, M for accounts officer, C for supervisor, view for beautician. He has not given a remaining explanation. He just said what? M is like what? Accounts officer, sir. U is like what? Beautician, sir. This person got shocked. Yes or no? Na? This person got shocked and realized later, this guy is somewhere related to, because I heard these wordings earlier somewhere. Okay, then interviewer interrogated. Okay, boss, where did you complete course? Generally, no one should open up, but after seeing a rapport with interview, this fellow opened up. Okay, came to me, 1 year he banged me. My friend who has taken that interview, 1 year he banged me, right? Okay, whenever we go to any place, rather focusing on item, it is like this. Are you correct, Ra? This is right, Ra? Aisa no na? So that's why remember concept and technicality behind it, not the stupid examples I am giving. I am giving those examples for understanding sake. Don't make examples as main component dominating the technicality, right? Super. Okay. So I hope you understood the importance of containers and servers, boss. I'll conclude this by taking one real life example. Number one. Okay. In front of your house, lot of open land is there. You decided to grow chicken birds. Chicken birds, guys. Hence, right? How many are there? 2, 3 are there. So their food, their caring will be done manually only, na? Because count is very less, right? Okay. With that experience or with the motivation of someone, you decided to start poultry farm. taking 2000 birds. How many birds? Tell me, are you going to do all these things manually, guys? Definitely you will opt automated environment or not. One switch on, feed will be supplied to birds. Another switch on, eggs will be collected to trays, right? One more switch on, water feeding to the birds. Something like this, you go for automation or not? Because 2000 birds poultry farm means what? You cannot do the things manually, boss. Definitely what? Automation is required. No doubt in that. Is that clear, guys? Similarly, in your home daily, mother prepares roti. Three family members, 6, 7 rotis, manual process. But you decided to start one PG kind of environment, hostel kind of thing. So daily night you decided to serve rotis. Okay, still workers will prepare, or you will purchase roti maker. Definitely you will purchase what? Automated machine of roti maker or not, guys? Same thing. That is the reason in standalone we don't need container. Only in what? Web application, distributed application, who is having what? Huge number of client and who can generate lots of simultaneous requests. Server and container is required. I hope now onward there is no confusion on container and server. Is that clear, guys? Got the point, my dear boss? Super. Can I add a few wordings on container, boss? Yeah. It is a software program or application that manages what, guys? Whole life cycle of given component, reusable class, from what is that? Birth to death. What is that? Object creation to object test. Container is like an aquarium, right, boss? Managing the managing the life cycle of managing the life cycle of what is there, guys? Given given fish is called component. Okay, guys, given fish is called component. Yeah, servlet container manages the life cycle of servlet component. Next, guys, we have JSP container. What is next, boss? JSP container. JSP container. What kinds? JSP component. One component or multiple components? Servlet component, JSP component. Next, EJB container manages the life cycle of what is there? EJB component. Next, IOC container, also called what? Spring container. What is there? Manages the. I'll introduce more on this one, don't worry. Okay, manages the life cycle of what, guys? Spring beans. Okay, guys. Here IOC is nothing but what, guys? Inversion of control. I'll explain. I'll spend exclusive time on it, right? But right now my focus is what? Understanding need of container. Okay, guys. We don't we don't develop containers most of the time. In fact, come on guys. In fact, we use what is there? Ready-made containers given by what guys? Given by web server or application server. Application server softwares. Application server softwares. Application servers, web servers or application servers or frameworks. All right, guys? Super. Okay. Tell me, guys, application server is equal to web server plus plus. Okay. Now tell me, web server gives only what, guys? Only servlet container and JSP container. Application server gives servlet container, JSP container, okay, EJB container, and etc. No, Spring containers won't come. Yeah, next, Spring Boot framework, libraries, nothing but guys, jar file. Spring is not installable one. Arrange jar, Spring is ready. Arrange jar, Spring is ready. Are you getting my point? Gives, what is there? IOC container. IOC container. Right, boss? Yeah, this is what server, guys? Application. What is the server here, guys? Applications. I hope what is being studied is reflecting now, boss. Okay, guys. Yeah. Life cycle of component. Then that life cycle comes into picture, right? When we launch each component, right, boss? In Servlet classes, we'll study Servlet life cycle. In JSP classes, we study JSP life cycle. When I launch Spring programming, I will not what? Spring Bean life cycle. Mr. Prakash, for everything there is an order to learn, right? Today my concentration is on what? Server and container. Can you stick with that? Please. When to launch which topic? Leave it to me. Order of learning, I will take care. Your work is what? Handing over your brain and digesting the things which I am presenting, in which order I am presenting. Clear? Okay. Don't jump to 10th topic when you are there in first topic. Because Spring Bean life cycle is a big topic for us. In Servlet classes, Servlet component life cycle is a separate topic, right? JSP life cycle is a separate topic. You might have studied, na? Init service destroy methods. Studied or not studied? Please, okay? Right now, stick your focus only on what? Server and container. Fine. Okay, boss. Yeah. Now tell me. Now, most important FAQ. Achha, 1 minute. 1 minute. I have to say something. Yeah. Can I list out few examples for web server, guys? Example. Tomcat up to 6th version. 7 onwards, Tomcat has become application server because more facilities are added. What is next one? Resin. Jetty. What is not jetly? Jetty. Jaeonus. Okay. Right. All these are what? Examples for web servers in Java. These are Java based, guys. Examples for application servers, guys. What is there? Tomcat from 7 version. Okay. WebLogic, outdated, guys. Okay. Glassfish, not outdated. It's really doing well. Wildfly, most popular application server in the market as on today. Wildfly. Okay, earlier it was JBoss, guys, but they renamed it to JBoss to this and etc. Okay, JBoss is nothing but Wildfly. Okay, recent name of JBoss is nothing but Wildfly. Spring Boot framework libraries gives what? IOC contact. Right. Now question is, why we don't see the utilization of what, guys? The utilization of containers and servers in standalone application. Okay. But why they are what, guys? But why they are required in okay web applications and okay distributed application. This is very important FAQ or not, guys? Super. Okay. Not able to see your notes in your screen. Okay, Chaitanya, problem is big your side. Can you rejoin? Oh, oh, okay. Video got struck up. From my side, no issues. From my side, no issues. Okay, just a minute. Video struck. Everyone saying same problem. But I don't think there will be an issue, boss. Net speed is 94. I think now it's came back. Or maybe problem from app side. 1 minute. I'll say stop. I'll reshare, guys. Still problem persist or gone? Problem persist or gone? Still problem continuing? I think problem is from application side. Still not visible? What happened, guys? Actually, Zoom is better application, but the problem is Zoom people denied to give services to Naresh IT because we are consuming lot of data of them. Okay, they said, no, yours is a big volume. We cannot give your services to you because daily so many sessions, so many faculties, so many batches. Okay, so many hours. Okay, so that's why we have forced to opt this. Fine, still talks are going on. Don't worry. One day we will work out that. Okay, now visible. Now it's visible. No screen sharing. Screen sharing is already done from my side, boss. Okay, everyone, please try to. I'm giving 2 minutes time to everyone. Please rejoin. I'm giving 2 minutes time. Everyone, please rejoin. I'm giving 2 minutes time. Everyone, please rejoin, guys. I already shared, na? Yeah. Anyone can confirm after rejoining problem persista gone. Rohit Sharma. Sir, can you please rejoin? If I rejoin, this meeting will wind up. Now, okay? Please rejoin, right? Still don't say screen. After rejoining, problem is solved, guys. Everyone, please rejoin. Online at dispatch or talk to all, work out the problem. Respond, guys. Respond. And Nicola madam, rejoin madam. Did you still problem is going or rejoin but issue is going? Already rejoined. Audio breaking. 1 minute. I'll try to rejoin. 1 minute. Leave the webinar. Guys, everyone, please come back. Guys, everyone, please come back. I hope I'm visible now. I'm visible to you offline. Don't be ha milana kind of person. Okay, fine. It's clear now? Okay. Yeah. Shall we answer this question, boss? Yeah. First of all, what is there? Standalone applications are specific to one computer. Standalone application is, what is there? Specific to one computer and will be operated by, what is there? One user at a time. One user at a time. Super. Specific to one computer. What, guys? Standalone application is specific to. I did not get you, guys. Why do you see the utilization of containers and servers? Oh, okay. Why we do not see? Clear? I said, na, sometime that not word will miss from my side. Yeah, will be operated by one user at a time. Okay. So, So they prefer what, guys? They prefer to start the application and to end the application manually. They prefer to start the application and end the application manually. So there is no need of what, guys? Containers automation. Containers automation for execution. Okay, guys. Tell me, guys, next one. Web applications or distributed applications or network or internet based applications, right, boss? So they get lots of simultaneous requests, lots of simultaneous requests, simultaneous requests, requests from lots of end users. What, guys? Lots of end users. Okay. So to receive those requests, what, guys? Those requests, to receive those requests and to receive those requests and to receive those requests, to map and execute the, okay, to map and execute the components of the web application, or what is there, guys? Distributed application. What, guys? Distributed application. We need the support of automated environment. What, guys? Automated environment called containers and servers. Containers and servers. Automated environment called containers and servers. Okay, guys. Web server is responsible for taking the request, mapping the request to web components. Yes, na, boss? And also collects the results. What, guys? From web component to pass them to clients as responses. As responses. Right. Note, guys. Client is like customer. What, guys? Client is like customer. Web server is like waiter. Waiter in restaurant. What, guys? Restaurant. What is the spell, guys? Restaurant. R-A-N-T. What is that? Restaurant. T-A-U-R. Okay. Waiter in what, guys? Restaurant. Who takes the order and delivers the food. Who takes the order and delivers the food, guys. Okay. Containers are like chefs. Chefs. Who cooks the food? Who cooks the food in the kitchen by taking order. In the kitchen by taking order, right guys? By, okay, for the orders, for the food orders in the kitchen for the food orders. I hope you got it, guys. Okay, now listen carefully. Okay, here is what browser 1. Here is what browser 2. Here is what browser 1. Here is what browser 2. Here is what browser 3. Okay, guys. Okay, now listen. One thing is there. In industry, no one identifies servlet container, JSP container separately. Okay, there is a word called web container, which is combination of what? Servlet container plus JSP container. I hope you are aware of this statement. There is a word called web container, which is combination of what? Servlet container and web container. Okay, that's great. Okay, this is my, okay, physical machine, some machine, guys. Physical machine, server machine, guys. This is my server machine, right? Inside that, what is there, guys? Web server software. Okay, guys. Containers are like who cooks the food. Waiter in restaurant who takes the order and delivers the food. Yeah, that's right, na? Okay, guys. Containers are like what? They get missing, not missing, boss. Everything is good. Physical machine. This is like web server software. What, guys? Web server software. Like, can I say it's a Tomcat? Super, guys. Okay. Can I say it's like Tomcat, boss? Yeah. Next one. Inside that, what will be there? Inside that, what will be there? Web container will be there. What will be there, guys? Web container. What there? Web container. Yeah, combination of servlet container and JSP container. Okay, boss. Here, deployed web application will be there. This is deployed web application. The process of keeping application in server is called deployment. The process of removing application from server is called undeployment. Dropping in deployment. Taking out, yeah, this one. Deployed web application. What is there, guys? Deployed web application. Yes, my dear. Tell me here what is there? Resource 1, resource 2, resource 3. These are called web components or not, guys? Okay, these are technically called web components. Super, guys. Tell me here, web component 1. Web component 1, guys. Here is my web component 2. Here is my web component 3. Web component 1, web component 2, web component 3. Here is my browser 1, guys. Yes, boss. Here is what? Browser 2. Okay. Now tell me. Here is my browser 3. Definitely there will be network here, na boss. Definitely there will be network here. I want reply. Okay. Definitely there will be network here. Perfect. Tell me here what is there. This is the story. Here is my what, guys? Network. Here is my what? Network, guys. Clear? Okay. Yeah. Let's take this one, my dear. Browser gives a request to. Browser generates a request. Who takes the request? Web server. Web server maps the request to appropriate web component that is there in deployed web application. Sir, all these things, how does it will do, sir? In the browser address bar, request URL will be there. For every request we generate, there will be URL or not. Based on that URL information only, all this story will happen. Based on www.nareshit.com/abc/xyz, some information will be there or not. Okay, based on nareshit.com, it will go to web server where nareshit.com is deployed. After nareshit.com, additional information will be there. Using that additional information, it will map the request to appropriate web component or not, guys. Come on, boss. Once the request goes to web component, execution of component is taken care by container, either servlet container or JSP container. Once execution is over, we will get the result or not, guys. That result comes to whom? Web server. The result comes to whom? Web server. Okay, web server passes this result to whom, guys? Client. Here client is nothing but browser. From which browser we got the request, to the same browser response is delivered or not, guys? Okay, once it is receiving the result or response, that will be displayed in the browser as the web page or not, guys? That will be displayed in the browser as the web page or not? I want reply, guys. Yeah, what is this, my dear? Request. What is this, my dear? Request. So can I say this is number one? Number one. Okay, it will pass the request to whom, guys? Web component based on the URL information, right? Yeah, once a web component receives the request, it executes a web component or not? Execution of the web component, right? Next, what is next one? Generates the result, boss. Generates the result. Okay, that's great. Number 5, what is there? Web component is nothing but what, guys? Servlet JSP components, ra. Okay. Number 5, that is going to be response or not, guys? Okay, received response will be displayed here as the web page or not, guys? Yes, boss. Okay. Can I call this one as a response, boss? Response. Can I call this one as using received response, web page is displayed or not, boss? Super, guys. Web application is the collection of web components. Like, what is there? Servlet components. What components? JSP components. JSP component. HTML component, HTML files, and etc. Collection of web components, guys. Okay. Next, the process of keeping the web application, what, guys? In web server is technically called as what, guys? In web server is called deployment. The process of removing the web application. Removing the web application. Web application from the server is called undeployment. Is technically called as what? Undeployment. Super, guys. Okay. Admin is continuously sharing. Okay. Backup videos. Everyone please collect it. I hope you understood. Clear cut clarity has come. Why all these things? Right. So today I officially introduce there is a Spring container also called as what? IOC container, and it is there to manage the life cycle of what? Spring Bean. Okay, next class is going to be dedicatedly about what? Spring containers and Spring Beans. We have a Java beans also. How Spring Beans are different from what? Java bean. In which situation class is called Spring Bean? All these things we are going to discuss in tomorrow's class. Tomorrow we have a regular class, boss. Right? Okay, with this, okay, introduction is over. Tomorrow onwards, whatever I talk, they are going to be part of what? Spring core module. What module? Okay, whatever we learned so far, this is called background preparation to understand what is language, what is technology, what is framework. We spend time, 5 to 7 sessions we spend. I think 5 sessions, huh? Huh? 7 sessions till today. But these are vartha nata. You feel these are useless? No. Because lots of people complete the framework, but they don't know the difference between what? Language, technology, and framework. They cannot even answer how many types of frameworks are there in Java. But we are able to answer or not. Based on kind of application development, there are 4 types of framework. MVC, ORM, web services, JWE framework. Based on mode of programming, 2 types of framework. What they are? Invasive and non-invasive. Invasive and non-invasive. Today we talked about that. Okay. Okay. Later we understood what is container, what is server, and why do you need servers and containers in web application and distributed. Why we don't need them in what? Standalone application. You got crystal clear clarity? Super, guys. Okay. Tomorrow onwards, we are moving towards Spring. So lot of technical stuff related to Spring will come. Fine. So don't excite for coding, boss. The coding will start that day it has to be started. But I believe in, okay, strong foundation based building construction. If this foundation is good, okay, building can be constructed with a lot of durability. If foundation is weak, though we construct the building, there is no guarantee it will survive, right, boss? So from 0%, I will take you to what? 100%. So you have to support me in the initial days. Don't excite about when coding start. Very soon it will start in 2-3 sessions only it will start. But before that, I do a lot of background preparation. You have to support it. So tomorrow onwards, we are getting into core module and we do a lot of background preparation related to first application development with respect to core module. But from your side, you have to support me little bit. So before coming to next class, before coming to Monday's class, tomorrow I'll share the video links. Okay. If you already have knowledge about annotation, revise them. If you already have knowledge about Java beans, revise them. If you don't have, tomorrow class, I'm going to give video links to you people. Okay, a few video links. I'll paste the video link in the chat box and Facebook. Okay, please watch them before you come for Monday's class. Because they are actually core Java topics, but I don't know what you studied in core Java. I want to see you people listening them in my perspective. But I cannot teach core Java topics in Spring classes. That's why whenever required, I prepared some videos. I'll share with you and watch them and come so that you will be ready for the next topic. But when I give the videos, when I give the time frame, you have to do it. Otherwise, in next class, it may look like a Greek Latin classes. Because prerequisites are prerequisite. You're supposed to be completed that concept in core Java. But still I am giving chance to learn them again by supplying videos. Still, if you have not learned, don't blame me if next class bounces. By Monday, Tuesday, you have to be ready with these 2 topics knowledge. One is Java bean, the other one is what? Annotation. Why annotation came to Java? Need of annotation, syntaxing related to annotation. Right, boss? Okay. Online student, you are not focusing. I already said tomorrow class is there. Again, someone saying that hello class is there tomorrow or not. Please, will you do the same thing in company team meeting? Online student, I request everyone, You feel every day you are attending company stand-up call. In company stand-up call, how much attention you pay, same attention you have to pay while attending classes also. Can you dare, will you dare to ask team leader, I missed last half an hour, can you repeat? Can you dare to ask your team leader or project leader, please come again, I missed last 5 minutes? Please, we have to go progressively. Every day doing same thing is already meaningless. My content is high. My content, my teaching is what? In-depth teaching. You have to cooperate, and that is possible when you stay alert. 50 minutes I will listen, 50 minutes I play with mobile. Sorry, I am not the right faculty for you. If you are serious about building your career, choose me as a faculty. If you are looking for certificate to show to your parents and what? Friends. There are so many faculties are there, go and join there. I need sincere student, though they are less count. I don't mind. Instead of teaching to 500, I'll teach it to 100 people. In that one, if I can place 90 members, that is gives me satisfaction. Training to 500 members, in that one, 200 members are not attending regularly, not taking course seriously. Anyhow, they won't be placed. Why I should get less success rate? I'll take less student, I will get high success rate. I'm again telling to online student, if you don't have self-discipline, come for offline. No, sir, I cannot come. Okay, then make sure that you are having self-discipline. And make sure that you have a good network also. Every 5-10 minutes, logging out, rejoining, again logging out, rejoining. If you don't have good network, don't prefer online classes. And you don't have laptop, don't prefer online classes. Attending classes in mobile is really meaningless. Can you do practicals in mobile phones? See, once in a while you are in a journey, unavoidable journey, acceptable. Every day I will attend class through mobile and everything should come to my brain means it's not going to work out. Laptop is minimum to attend the classes. There are big screens. So in mobile you cannot visualize, we cannot picturize them properly, right? So tomorrow we have to see 2-3 screens parallelly. So if you open in mobile, that font will not support you, the visualization will not come. Try to attend classes from laptop, guys. Is that clear, everyone? Please be serious. I am trying to put my blood and flesh together to build your careers. In that 150% commitment you show, your life will be settled. You don't want to show 50% commitment, please select other faculties. I don't need you students. I need those who are disciplined, who are having goal of becoming software engineers. Thank you, guys. Okay. This one, let me share the notes. Tomorrow we have a class. Thank you. Thank you. You can make a move.